is Mr. Lee. He thinks I got a lady for him. No, boy, I don't. But that's him. He is just 6 or 7 months. I'd have to look at his paperwork. I don't remember. Try to get it so he'll turn around. Can you turn around? So can you turn around? No, I don't want to. There he is. This is Miss P.S. and she is actually pulling hair today, so she might actually have a litter. I thought that she didn't take, so I was going to rebreed her again. But now she's actually pulling hair. But she'd still be available if you're willing to take the babies after she kindles or whatnot. But she's putting hair in her box, so we'll see. I also have this doe here because I was thinking of them blues. I mean I could, but I can't. But she's got litters, 4 little babies here that are 4 weeks old, and she's actually a half sister to the Miss PS. But you could get these babies too, and if they end up being female, you could breed them to Mr. Lee. But she is a half sister to the other doe. I would want probably $75 for her and her kits. But yeah, they're waiting to get fed. If that was something you want to do too. So Miss PS here had a pile of hair in the corner, and today is the 21st, and she is in there right now kindling. I just came out here just in time and caught her, and I still feel so bad for Miss Lavender here, but I know she would have been a great mom. I really do know this. And she's here to stay, aren't you, Lavender? Yes, you are. You look a lot skinnier, that's for sure. I cannot believe you had 12 kits inside you, and they were huge. Big babies. So I have a lady who commented on Michigan's meat rabbits, right, from Vicksburg, and she was looking for a trio set. So I commented on there. I don't think anybody else did, and I told her that I had Lee, and then I had Miss PS available, that, you know, she's possible, you know, but then I told her that I came out and she was actually making her nest because I didn't think she took. She is exactly, she was due the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, so she's 5 days overdue. That's 35 days that she actually went before she kindled. I told her that I would consider selling Miss Hannah and her babies, and I might even, I would even be considered to sell another mother and babies like Holly and her babies, but man, I really was hoping to keep these for their pelts and see if that breeding to a bloat to a bloat, if the babies don't bloat, you know, and that's taken care of in the genetics. So I wanted to kind of keep them to see if we can get them to that. Now, when it comes to, they're all out of my Haley line. And my Haley line, my goats, my girls are having a fit because I still haven't milked yet. I kind of went through here and just decided to feed everybody and get everybody done. But like my Haley line here, these babies right here are at that 8 weeks now, and I'd have to say, looking at everybody, I've been still giving hay, but not quite as much as I normally do. That's actually not a whole lot considering a mother and 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 kits. It's really not that much hay, but they all look very well proportioned. There's some that are bigger obviously than others, but not like bloated looking at all. They look great, actually. So, and this is out of my other bloated buck that I found out he had bloated too and had lived through it. So we'll see if that actually tends to be this. But this is 8 weeks. They're 8 weeks old today. This whole row right here is 8 weeks. But 8 weeks is where I normally start seeing bloat. 8 to 13 weeks. So if they're gonna, this will be the time that they do for the next couple of weeks. This 8 to 13 week mark is where I usually see it. Now these guys right through here, gals and girls, they are 13 weeks today. And they got another 3 weeks to go. Yes, you do. You guys are so pretty. And these are Majestics babies. And she's got a litter in right now. Yes, her does. And I'm hoping to keep... You're definitely a doe, I can tell. See how slender her face looks? And that one right there, I'm pretty sure might... No, is it that one or is it this one? I don't remember which one it is. Is it you? Are you the one? Yes, I know. I know. You like to be. You guys got... Oh, that's... I was going to say, you guys got plastic in there? That's definitely a doe, because I can tell by the face on her. Yeah, see, like this one right here, the face is more chunkier looking. The cheekbones. That, I'm pretty sure, is a buck. That's a female. This right here, I'm pretty sure is a female. I'm pretty sure that one's a female. I think there's only one buck in here. And this one over here, I think, yeah, this one looks, it could be iffy. I think that's a female too, actually. So, and I'm just telling by face. I've noticed that the ones with bigger cheeks, like here, I can kind of tell you, Darius likes to throw daughters. He does. He likes to throw daughters. Not very many end up being bucks. Let me see. This is a Darius. This is a Darius. Come here. I think that one right there. This one might be a buck. See how... No, maybe not. The cheeks kind of look puffy on it. This one right here, the cheeks aren't puffy. This one, the cheeks are puffy. This one right here, the cheeks are puffy. Yeah. And then that broken one, I'm noticing the cheeks look a little, not like super puffy, but I'm hoping that's a doe. I really am. Hi, babies. Yes. But we'll see when they get a little bit older. I mean, shoot, we can't always tell with them, but yeah. And these ones over here, like to say, these are Darius babies too. They're all huddled up because of the wind, I think. And then these ones are 13 weeks. I'm pretty sure I've got a doe out of these white ones. Hi, babies. Hello, babies. Yes, hello. If these two white ones were end up being does, I'd probably keep them both. And then I want to keep a blue out of here. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And what I'm going to do actually is like this litter, even though the whites aren't, they're half related, but they have different sires. Mothers were sisters out of the same litter, so they're slightly related. But what I want to do is like take the ones that I want, and I'm going to put them in a large cage like this. And then the ones I want in there, which will be all does, which I can tell them apart, and I'll put them all together in a cage until I have cages open in there where I can put animals in their own cage. Today my plan is to get this down and get it up here, so I need to get this all cleaned off. And then if I do end up selling Mr. Lee and a couple of does, and that will free up some cages to be able to put replacements in them. So that's the plan for today. I want to try to get that done, and I gotta finish milking. I'm assuming she took when I bred her to Chester, which I didn't realize at the time, but they have the same fathers, so they had a really good connection. So I'm got her marked down. She's due the day after the other 3 that I had bred, which was Honey, Blue Diamond, and then Princess. So Lavender should be in that same for next month. And then I had a 4-H leader get a hold of me and wanted to know if I would be breeding for kits to be born Memorial Day weekend. That's like the 21st or something around there. I usually breed around the 19th to 20th, so I told her, I said I breed every month, so I can make sure to do that. To be able to do that, that means in April I definitely have to breed for around the 20th, you know, the 20th to the 21st, so the 19th, 20th, 21st. And the plan would be is probably to breed, I don't know, I'd have to see who would be available. I could probably breed Belle and I could breed Mabel, because then their babies will be 8 weeks or so. But I mean, I could hold off to breed them. And then Majestics, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. But even like my does that I plan on keeping, they're not going to be old enough anyways to breed till like later this summer. But that is what's going on. And with that being said, stay tuned, because I got to get my garden beds out too. It's a plan to get them out and kind of situated where I want them out there too. So I want to do that. I still didn't get the barn wiped off. I want to do that since it's supposed to be nicer today. It's not really that warm yet, but man, the sun's out and that's nice. So can't complain. I got to get these girls milk so they'll stop hollering at me. So I got this cage up, which makes me happy, because now it's not sitting down on legs or anything. But I did think about this. Once I get me 2 more 30 by 30 cages, I'm going to be taking out, you know, those 2 boys. One of the cages are going to be paired up with that, and the other cage I can use to put down here. And then I still only need 1 more to finish this row. But then I was thinking, you know, if I add 2 more cages here, which I've got enough pans to do 2 more cages here and 2 more cages here with 2 more pans, because I've got this pan here, which I could take down off here, as long as I can put some of this wood on there to help, so he's got some type of shade for right now. And then I've got these ones out here too. There's three pans out here that are using for, you know, roofs. But as soon as we can get these on pallets and then get them tarped, these cages are going to be in those over there. So I still got time. But as of right now, that would give me 24 cages for does, and I think that's what I want, actually. Instead of only 20, that'd give me 4 extra cages for my does. And then of course we will see, you know, who ends up. If this litter don't bloat, then I'll probably end up keeping a few of these mamas that I know that have bloated and only breed to my bloated buck. And then I'm going to keep one of the does that are in this litter, if they don't bloat, I'm saying, like out of Haley's litter too. If they don't bloat, then I'm going to have, you pulled a lot of hair out, girl. Yes, you have. Are you out of water again? You are. To be able to see if they don't bloat, then I want to breed them, you know, and find out if that is the case, because the breeder that I did get, the red buck from, she did state that you can breed 2 bloats together and not have to worry about anything bloating afterwards. So with that being said, I'm actually gonna try it. And then Miss Pumpkin, she's still in her box. She's sitting in it now. She came out, pulled some more hair out, and jumped back in there. And I can hear babies in there, so I don't know if she's feeding them now maybe, or what, but I can't see in the dark. So, that being said, I'm going to have this extra cage to be able to put somebody in. And then if the lady comes and gets Mr. Lee here, and Hannah and her kits, and then I'm going to sell Haley to her too. She says she's not worried about that. So that would open up a cage here, and I'll open up a cage here and there. And with that being said, I think we'd be going down the right path. But we have chances of Zoe's bloating, we have chances of Chloe's bloating, we've got chances of Pumpkin's bloating, and we got chances of Miss PS's bloating too. So if they do, then I'm calling those completely. But she was bred to Rango, so if that's the case, her baby shouldn't bloat. Now, she was bred back to her dad, which I totally forgot about that until I realized after they connected who I was breeding her to, which was my fault. But that's a major line breeding there. You can breed sires back to their daughters. You just can't breed brothers and sisters. You're not supposed to. And, yeah. So, with that being said, I've got to get my garden beds done now. The babies aren't like out playing like I thought they would be today, but I think it's just because it's windy. It is pretty windy today. And everybody was laying down there. But, yeah, that's the rundown on the Rabbitry so far. Since Billy put in the stakes, this does not move hardly. It's just the roof tends to lift up, which, you know, with the tarp, that it will do that. But yeah, it's pretty stable now, so I'm not worried about gust winds or anything like that. It's already dealt with some 60-mile-per-hour winds and has sat here, so I'm very thankful and glad the Lord blessed us with that. See, this is why I have to run through water all the time. I told Billy that I want to get the watering systems put back up, but I've got to be able to rig something to have it high enough to run it off this top line, and then they come down, top line down, top line down. And then I need 2 more cages over there to run top line down, top line down. And then I wouldn't have them spilling their water. And even when you have them tied down, they still spill them. They flip them up and spill them. So that is that. I'm going to get the rest of my stuff. I need to go get me something to eat, actually. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this back. I was wondering where my gloves were. Right there they are. So my cousin's on his way. Well, will be on his way shortly to help me sex these 2 cages here and see what we got for girls and boys. So thank you guys again, and well, I'll see if I can video some more before I actually get these little clips together and make it a video, so stay tuned. Good morning. It is the 22nd. Hang on, I gotta see. My hair is just like, it's all wanting to fall out on my braids. But it's okay, I'm not worried about that. Yes, it's the 22nd. It's in the morning. I've got to get some of my pedigrees printed off before I go out to do chores. I gotta make some milk up. I gotta get some warm water. Almost thought that was Dixie sitting inside, but that's her son. I've got 2 mamas and a set of babies going, and Mr. Lee as a trio set. And then I'm going to breed the one mama back to a different buck so she can have a mixture of different colors going on, and she's pretty happy with that. So that's going to eliminate some cages, but not many, for some potentials. Excuse me. I could still sleep. I know that I didn't end the video from yesterday, but that's kind of why I'm here today and just kind of letting you guys know what's going on. My cousin came over and the sun is out. Thank you, Jesus. And we sexed 2 blues, which I plan on keeping. One of the whites was definitely a female, and the other one, he said, looked to be like a male, so we're going to check it later in 3 weeks just to see. We've got pulled one black one out of Majestics that he said that he thought was a girl. The 2 broken chestnut steels, he says that they could be females, but they look like a male, so I told him we'll just wait till the 16 weeks and check them again. But that gives me 4 right now to try to replace with some of these other does that I'm going to have to call and just go from there. So that was the update. Today I'm going to get the rest of my beds, my garden beds put together. I got one that's halfway put together. I put 2 out yesterday. Got tickle. And get those situated and figure out some limbs and stuff I can put in the bottoms of them, because that's how I'm going to fill them so we don't have to use so much soil and dirt. And then prepare the rest of the beds the way that I want them and figure out what I'm going to put in where, and then just get that area cleaned up. And then sometime this week this coming week I'm going to pull up my couple of trees down there, and I'm going to put them out there just like I had planned, and that's just where they're going to go. So thank you guys for viewing our videos. We appreciate you, and thank you to all our members. And I just want to say, until next time, God bless you all.